It's hard for me to talk about the movie Goon that Jay Baruchel helped put on the screen about 5 years ago, purely objectively, because when I came out of the screening, I found out that my wife's water had broken and I was about to become a father on that very day. And so I've always had a soft spot for Goon, and I was very happy to learn that there was going to be a sequel. And Goon, Last of the Enforcers, is that sequel. We catch up with Doug Glatt, who's played by Seann William Scott, who's grown up a little bit. He's still beating the hell out of his opponents, but he's got some new responsibilities in his life. His wife is going to have a baby, and he's starting to be a little bit more concerned for his health and his well-being. And of course, what happens is he meets a much tougher enforcer who beats the crap out of him, played by Wyatt, who does a terrific job in this movie, by the way. And we get to see Doug sort of beaten down, almost kind of in a Rocky III kind of way, where he has to kind of train and get back on the ice and become the enforcer that we've all known, but with some new subtleties and some new heart and some new weaponry to make him a better hockey player. And actually, what I loved about this movie is there's a few things. The fact that it's so unabashedly proud of its Canadian roots, and it takes place in Canadian cities with Canadian actors and a Canadian kind of attitude and great sort of hockey humor. It definitely sort of evokes a lot of that classic slapshot kind of goofiness. But I also really like the fact that there are so many great supporting characters and actors in this thing that do a terrific job on screen. Kim Coates is fantastic as the coach. Callum, Rennie is the owner of the hockey team, and he is filled with rage and anger and a lot of curse words, and he's just fun as hell to watch. I just enjoyed the camaraderie of the team and the support of the team. I thought Alison Pill coming back was terrific. And to see Liev Schreiber hit the screen again, too, in this movie was great. You can tell that Jay Baruchel, who took the lead on this is his first movie that he's directing, his directorial debut here, called in some favors and got a lot of friends to come back in this thing. T.J. Miller actually makes an appearance as a sportscaster throughout the movie, and he's really fun. Now, not every joke lands, and not every performer is at the top of their game, but there's definitely enough to enjoy in this movie, and I think there's enough of an arc for Doug Glatt. And I think Seann William Scott is one of these talents that he's been in the game for a long time. Ever since American Pie made him a big star, guy's got a lot of range. He's a fun guy to watch on screen, and I think he's perfectly cast as our sort of Forrest Gump-like hockey hero. And I just had a great time kind of soaking up the details and, laughing at some of the profanity. It's funny how much Jay Baruchel gave all of the dirtiest, creepiest lines to himself in this movie, which is kind of nuts. But listen, this is a fun film if you are into hockey, if you like the first Goon, or if you just want to support good Canadian cinema. I think you're going to have a good time with Goon, The Last of the Enforcers. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Hey, thanks for checking out that video on our EPN channel. It's just one small part of the things that we make around here. So if you liked it, don't forget to check out some of our other vids and hit that subscribe button.